Welcome to Hustlers at Home. So when we got acquainted, it was for your Coach Venus series where, you've
Yeah,
been so consistent. I mean, I think that you've had everybody in the fitness world on that thing, and it's so beautiful because you're providing movement to folks who may not have had it during
yeah,
this
yeah.
2020 pandemic time.
hmm
What is your go-to sanity hack?
My go-to sanity hack, huh? I would say that probably movies. You know, that
Oh,
that's
what's
my
the
place
latest
to just.
movie?
I don't know what's the last thing I checked out. Um, I think I watched Back to the Future.
Love it. The last movie I saw was Forrest Gump.
Oh my God, that's my favorite. But I love a film that you just are able to just escape, and the story is so good that you forget anything that's happening around you. So a good film will always take you there.
Yeah, I hear you. So obviously we know about, I mean, you are an icon, you are an activist, you are a champion, you are a gold medalist. It's unreal, your career. Do
Thank
you
you.
have, I mean, it's an honor to speak with you, truly. Do you have folks, who do you admire? Like who fueled you to get on the court and to do, to achieve everything you've achieved?
Honestly, lots of people. The primary ones being mom and dad, and all of my sisters. They're still the ones that are they're sending you a text on the terrible loss, and you don't want to ever show your face to the world again. And they're like,
Yeah.
"You're amazing. You can really do it. You're going to get it next time." And of course, there's lots of coaches and things along the way. I love my current team on and off the court, and it's a joy to work with them. And there's really no doing it without other people. So yes, was I able to achieve goals? Could I have done it alone? No way. So a lot of people who give to you, and I really have to say also Serena too, because where I was the older sister and I was first and all these different things, but and as she showed me the way really on, she has such a big heart, so much guts, such a fearless woman, and I don't think I could have done it without her.
Mm. So clearly family is part of your legacy. What else do you think, in 50 years, in 200 years, what are some of the main things you want people saying about Venus and your accomplishments?
I want them to say she had a ripped abs and she ooh, that girl was fun. Did you see her dancing on that table?
I love it. She
Honestly,
had
that's a
good
side.
stories to tell.
I do. That's a side of me that not a lot of people see because, you're out there, you're playing the sport and it's like tunnel vision. And then afterwards, there's a quick on-court interview, maybe you wave real fast and that's it. So no one really sees the real you and you're a robot on the court. But at the end of the day, I want to be proud of myself and represent my family as well as I can. Hopefully never do anything where I'm having to do a public apology. These things
Yes.
happen,
Yes.
hopefully, and represent the God that I believe in the best way that I can. And that's, always falling short of that, but that's a daily process.
So beautiful. So you were involved in sports as a child, and you have spoken publicly about how critical you believe, sports in at, exposure to sports as a young person is critical. How do you feel, especially now as we're becoming much more literate in the Black Lives Matter movement and civil justice conversations? How do you think that we can better provide access to folks in communities that might not have critical access to sports?
Yeah, what's important is to be able to reach out and to have the outreach, because otherwise you don't get those opportunities. I was fortunate to have parents who just wouldn't quit and just completely gave, 1,000%. But not everyone has that support. So I really enjoy, honestly, working with young people. I enjoy teaching tennis. I love working with people who, when you see a click and you can see them get it and they can see the immediate result. And for me, that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah. And you're a multi hyphenate, and that means, you wear many hats. Your crown has many types of jewels, and I love that. I can relate. So what inspired you to create your line 11 by Venus? And talk to us about the name, because I think it's amazing.
Yeah, so 11 represents being better than a 10. And that's just the effort that you give in life. And also it represents this concept of better, not best, because best is a moment. Best is a moment that we've always had. Someone has come to your class and they were the best on that day, but it was a moment and they have to continue to
Yeah.
work so that way they can stay. So it's a continual incline, or a ascent is a better word. That's what it's about. Always getting to that 11. And it's that journey, that it's a journey that you love the most. No one says, oh, remember that time when I won that match and she didn't get a game? It's like, remember that time when it was a 3-hour match and, you know, I hurt my leg and I hobbled and we hit the shot. And those are the stories you tell. So that's what, and I believe also kind of those losses and those things those are the things that prepare you for what it takes to get to the top and stay there. It gives you that toughness. So that's why you got to take your losses, because it's building you up to win.
Yes, the pain becomes power. How did you describe your style? Because y'all, the Williams sisters, came not only to serve, but to slay. Like, you have lookbooks for days. Has your style evolved, and how would you describe it now?
I mean, it's always evolving. Today is not my best day. I've been sweating a ton. So I'm sorry. Amazing. I couldn't come better for you. And I ran straight to the office. I'm in the office now. So
I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, so I can take you on a warehouse tour and all the new samples.
But you know what I love? At least you sent me some of the collection that had the gold moment. Like, I want to be a walking trophy. So that was the vibe I picked up.
There's more too. I wish I could say what it is, but trust me, we'll be sending you some. You're just gonna like, all these packages are gonna come. Your drawers are gonna be breaking, but the stuff coming out is fire. You're gonna love it.
So if you were to describe your style in 3 words, what would you say it is?
Ooh, I would say eclectic, fashion forward. I don't know if I'd use that one. Let's say eclectic, and I would say colorful and short.
We work hard. We got to show it off.
I just turned 42, and sometimes I'm thinking, when will I quit these short shorts? I mean, can I show you what I'm wearing at work?
Please. I live for you.
The compression short. It's like, this is, only an athlete could get away with wearing a compression short to the office, but a lot of times too, I come straight from the court to the office because of where I practice is here. And if I don't, I'll never make it. So they're used to seeing me with like layers of sweat, sunscreen, stains on my shirt and wiping, and everything.
But listen, you're still running things. When I used to be a lawyer, and when I hung up my suits, I said I traded suits for spandex, and now I have more business requirements and more executive functions than I did then. So it's not what you're wearing, it's what you're doing with it.
Exactly. So can I say something? The workout we did, I loved it so much. And I love the ab series so much. And I got to tell you, I was struggling. And I was like, oh my God.
I was struggling too. Okay. You just learned to hide it.
So I was like, I got to keep doing this, because next time we get on, I don't want to struggle like this. So, since then, I've been doing like those, plank jumps. I've been doing I think it's a Pilates move, but this, I do that.
Yes, the scissors.
Yeah, and the scissors. And I'm like, I got to build this up. And I've been doing different planks, and I've gotten so much stronger. And I was like, I can't let this happen. So you've motivated me. Thank you.
Wow. Iron sharpens iron, right? It's beautiful that you had this exposure in your parents and your sisters, and I also revere my sister and my mother. And what do you say for folks who feel like they can't find an edge? We're often talking in our conversation on your IG, we talked about motivation versus purpose, and I think the athletic mindset is a beautiful thing, but I do think that there's a lot of folks out there still just searching. So what would you say, especially to the young person who feels like, I don't have an edge? Like, what do they even do? What would you recommend?
Honestly, it all goes back to goal setting. You got to set your goals, and you got to monitor and put timelines against them, then reevaluate, because when you don't get there, that just means you got to go another path. And you were a lawyer, and now you're doing what you love. Your path You didn't get there right away, but you continued. And so you have to continue the course. And the thing is that you have to most be afraid of is what will happen if you do not, because then you absolutely get nowhere. So keep going, get advice, talk to people, reevaluate, reset your goals, and then you will get there. And you have to know that you will. It's okay not to know exactly how you will, but you have to know that you will.
Your grit is evident not just on the court, but also in your activism, and particularly when you fought for parity in prize money at some of the biggest matches in the world. What gave you the guts to be like, I'm gonna know my worth and add tax? Do it for all the ladies on the court. I mean, it's powerful stuff, because you did have critics out there. So what gave you the guts to do that?
Oh my gosh, I didn't care what anyone else said. That's what my mom said. Don't care what no one say. She would say that literally. Don't care what no one said. It's like, oh, you're right.
Go, Mom. I love it.
Right? How are they going to breathe for you? How are they going to live your life? Are they going to pay your bills? Absolutely not. So at that point in time, you realize that what matters are your values and what you think. And it was a great journey for me to be a part of that, because I just wanted to go out and win. I just wanted to play. And then when you get there and you see it's not equal, then what do? You start fighting. So, and eventually the right does win.
Yes. And you mentioned you did an IG the other day, kind of unpacking misses that you had during iconic moments like Wimbledon. When you're a high achiever, they're speaking to the folks who consider themselves, the high achiever, like you consider yourself and I consider myself. How do you interpret the misses? Like, what's the internal conversation that happens when you're on a global stage and you don't do the damn thing?
Are you saying like when you shake hands and you've lost, or during the match when you are missing shots?
Ooh, both. I haven't experienced either.
Right. It's like, well, when you lose a match, it's just complete heartbreak. Like, it's like getting your heart broken over and over. And you realize you don't want your heart broken anymore, so you got to make better choices. Like, I will not date that person again, because this is, we don't want to say mean things. How do you say this? They are not the person that I value in my life. Yes. That's a nice way to put it. Or they're a douchebag, you could say that too, but regardless, yeah. And during the match also, when you're having those kind of short-term misses, you can't get caught up in them. You really can't get caught up in them, because otherwise you're in the past. And so the future is now. And so you really do have to train your mind, and that comes before you step on the court, training your mind and be prepared to move forward and to focus forward. And I look back at matches sometimes, and I looked at some final I played, and I looked at it again. I was like, I didn't play well at all, but boy, did I fight. I was scrambling and picking up pennies, whatever it took. And it was encouraging for me, because there's this thing in your mind where you say, I have to be perfect. I didn't play perfect. I didn't do this perfect, whatever it was. And you feel like not less than, but you feel less confident. And that match really showed me, like, I don't actually have to play perfect. I just have to just grit until the end. And at the end, most likely it'll be me.
Do you have pre-workout or pre-match rituals? You mentioned the mental piece. Like, do you have a visualization practice? Or I'm fascinated with the sports psychology of pro athletes.
Yeah, visualization. And that visualization definitely starts the day before, especially geared toward whoever I'm playing, and talking through those game plans, being able to see yourself win, see the success, see what you want to execute on the court. And then other than that, also just relaxing, just like let go. At that point in time, you're prepared, and you can't just overthink it. And if you don't think too much, it's almost better. It should be automatic at that point.
You've done it so much that the precision and the excellence is your DNA.
I hope so. I was just writing a blog, and it was talking about giving 100%, and how I hope you'll write on our blog too. It's not out yet.
I would love to.
And it's talking about how during COVID, I wasn't necessarily giving 100%. It was almost 100%. And what a difference it made when I didn't give almost 100%. It was for different reasons or whatever. I didn't know when I was going to play, or was extremely tired or whatever it was. And how when I was ready to give it, how it was hard to get back. And then I learned, the lessons I was learning was, number one, I'm not great. The work that I do makes my performance great. And then the other lessons I'm still like articulating, because sometimes it's hard to put it in words. And I haven't like cleaned up the edit yet. This is the newest one I've been writing, but I learned a powerful lesson because I've always been on a deadline, you know, got to play next week or playing in 3 weeks or whatever it was. And this is the first time of no deadline in my life. And I didn't handle it as well as I wanted to. But anyway, we'll have you contribute. I'll send you the story. You can take a look at it.
Yes, of course, I would love to. And that's interesting that what you're pointing out, because I've had that process too, like without an upcoming marathon or without an upcoming finish line, or for you, it would be the equivalent of a pro match. Can we still keep our edge and fall in love with the process? And how can we maintain that feeling of pressure, like good pressure, like performance pressure, when really it's like this amorphous relationship with time where I don't even know what day of the damn week it is.
Exactly. You got to be ready for when you never know when you're going to be on deck. Someone call you up to the big leagues, you got to be ready to go. Just like, you know, I got caught up to the big leagues. We were working out with you. I wasn't quite ready, and now I am. So watch out, world.
We are ready for those plague jacks. But what is the next level for you, right? So what is your next 11 in life, not as in addition to tennis, in addition to all these other achievements that I you know, of course you're going to want to continue to build on, but when you've been the best, what satiates that next?
When you've been the best, it's addictive. There is no better feeling than like hitting a clutch winner at some point, or like winning a championship and waking up the next day and realizing you're the champ. Like all these different feelings, you cannot, I will always be a tennis player. When I'm terrible and, you know, on a cane and whatever I might be doing at that time, I will still think of myself as a tennis player. So, and
of course,
that's everything in life. You know, today, you know, when we get good news at the company, it's like, come on. And literally, like, I was just looking at the samples and I was jumping up and down. And then our employee in shipping, and Sam, she said, I was looking at the other samples, she said, I want to see the jumping up and down again.
Well, that energy is currency. You're paying, you're what is intoxicating about watching you, you know, through a screen is, I'm sure, just as intoxicating to sit at a conference room table, because like that is you. It's just how you channel it. Is it more creative, entrepreneurial, athletic? So it sounds like that is just, it's the Venus effect.
Yeah, the excitement of the win. I love to win, and I think everyone loves to win, but some people can accept losing more, and I just cannot.
Respect.
It's gonna happen. It doesn't mean you gotta accept it. You can just fight against it. Like,
yeah, well, we pivot. We figure out a new circuitous route to victory. Yeah. When did you get an appetite for that? Was that, you know, from a young age on the court, or was that when you turned pro, or?
Yeah, I think it was from a young age, because my dad would bring out this basket of balls, and it was like a big basket. I guess he lifted from the, you know, grocery store. And he filled it with balls. There's probably like 500 balls in there. And when I was real small, he would say, I wanted to get to the last ball so he could say last one. So I wanted to hit every ball in the basket. And he's like, maybe that's too much for someone her age, but I wanted to do it. And so maybe that was, you know, a thing. But of course, also good training. And if you don't have it, you can also train for it, because when I said that Serena really helped me to get to the next level, and I would look at her, she just had this big heart, no fear, and I had all this talent, and I was good, and I was a fighter, whatever. But I didn't have like that extra grit to get you past that finish line, which you need to be a real champion. And I watched her, and I wanted it, and I learned, and I knew that I didn't have it. And that's where you have to be honest with yourself. And it doesn't mean that you can't get something. You just got to train for it and fight for it.
Well, an honest assessment of your skill set, to really look at the reflection and be like, no, there's more to do.
Yeah. No, I should have had those 2 cupcakes or whatever, but whatever it might be.
What was it like competing against your sister, who is clearly, a queen in your orbit that inspires you? But what's it like to be across the court from your closest ally?
Yeah, she's really an amazing player. So your biggest worry is, how will I score points against her? Will this be a blowout? I don't want to lose.
You're focused on the game at that time. It's another competitor.
But I still think I see her as my sister first. When I see her cross the net trying really hard, my heart feels something. So at the same time, I realize too that it is a game, and it's just a game. Yeah, it's our life, but it's just a game. So when it's a game that's larger than life, but you have to still somehow put it in perspective.
And what would folks be surprised to know about you? Like, is there a low-key Venus identity, superhero identity that is waiting to be revealed?
Let's see. I'm very shady.
I don't want to look in your DMs, girl. Don't worry. I won't go in the DMs.
I keep it clean on my DMs. I really do.
One screenshot away from scandal. That's all I gotta say.
I laugh nonstop, as we have here. I just like to laugh and joke. And I might say I'm shady, but when it's the truth, and it is, sometimes it can be seen as shady. I don't just like pick on people, but I'm only like that, like at home with my friends and family. It's like, and in public, I would never be. Sometimes the truth can be hurtful, but with my friends and family, I can be. And so a lot of times it is very funny.
Yeah, for sure.
But not mean, but just, it is what it is. And like I said, I've got this, I love to go out. I love dancing. I love dancing.
What's your go-to dance like kitchen? I have kitchen dance parties at my house, and like I'm a big like Stevie Wonder moment when I'm cooking. What's your kitchen dance party vibe?
It's always changing. I got to tell you. So I'm into Whitney Houston right now, and that's what I want to dance to. I just wake up and I'm like, oh, that's what I want. But then I love house, and I love 90s house. So someone just introduced me. I don't really know a lot of 90s house, and I'm trying to like go down that rabbit hole and find it.
It's so fun when you explore a new genre.
Yeah, someone introduced me to Mr. Fingers, and I guess, and there's another one, I don't know how to say his name, Armin van Buuren, maybe.
Yes, he has so many remixes. Oh my God, they're like 10 minutes long. I didn't realize
that everyone was using his music. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, and it sounds so today, and I obviously love hip hop. I love all music except not a ton of pop, but I just love to dance. I can dance to anything, and that's, I guess, been one of the hardest parts of COVID is I really love to go out and have the vibes and just dance for hours. And
stepping out. Yep.
Yeah, got to do that at home.
Have you ever been to Burning Man?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so if you are ever inclined, you are cordially invited to my camp. We have wild dance parties that are like 8-10 hours long. So you can bring an RV, and we'll bring you a shower, and it won't be as grimy as you've heard. It'll be way more fun.
That's my first question. It's like, ooh, is there sand
in the elements for sure? You're in, but kind of like, I look at it like a rite of passage. Just like there are so many rites of passage, in the athletic world. It's like, well, you got to get through this to get to this. It's almost like you have to get that little bit of grime in order to find the freedom that is, a Burning Man dance party. But
I heard some people don't wear clothes. Is that true?
That is true. Clothes are optional.
Are you ever offended?
No, because everybody is it is the most respectful place I've ever been. It's the freest yet the most respectful in terms of bodily autonomy and space and all that. So I've never had an issue. But I'm always wearing at least like a bikini outfit.
Well, it's, you know,
I don't
probably
go
more
the full shebang.
Nice, nice.
I want to be respectful of your time. I cannot believe I could literally talk to you all day. I am so grateful we had this time today. Thank you for being on Hustlers at
Thank
Home.
you.
Do you
Thank
have
you for asking me. Thank you. We had such a great time on our live, and
we
we're just
we
gonna
did.
keep this going. And one day I'm gonna make it to a class.
Please, I would love that.
I'm very nervous though, because I don't get to ride a bike every day. So I'm nervous where I'm gonna be on the ranking.
Your engine is tuned.
Okay. Well, everything is so training
good.
specific. Like one time I was in Quebec City, and I tried the curling, and I couldn't figure out why I was so sore. I was so sore from the brush, and from like when you do, you know, you have to get in that position. And I was like, my match wasn't too tough. Why am I so sore? So it's so interesting how everything is so training specific. So
yeah, it is true. But when you think about it, it's also it you know, there is the specificity of the stimulus, but then there's also like the voracity of a champion. So when you got enough of that, you'll make it through a spin class.
All right. I think I'm going to be in spin class heaven when I make it to New York, though, with you and all the Peloton instructors.
And Tunde, yes, and I know you had an amazing conversation with Tunde the other day. Thank you for being part of our family and so generous of spirit.
You guys have the best
really
vibes.
love you.
I love you guys. We just one day in person. I can't wait.
100. Yeah, we'll do it right. We'll do spin, and then we'll do a dance party.
Yes, if I have legs left.
Well, thank you, Venus. You are absolutely a light in this world, and it's been my honor to speak with you on Hustlers at Home.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Bye.
Thanks.